It's 7 o'clock time. Okay, so I've been looking to buy a Dodge Charger Widebody Scatpack edition. You feel me? So I got a lead on one, you know what I'm saying, in my area and things like that. And I went out and I went to go check it out. So, you know, I'm trying to, you know, drop price on it, you know, like the certain things, but that most people do when they go to dealerships. And so some people take the raw deals, but I'm not that guy no more. Like, I know what's up, I know the numbers, let's talk numbers, let's do this, let's do that. Okay, you may know more on the back end because it's your company and things like that, but I know what I want. I need a set price monthly, and you know what I'm saying, my interest rate got to be right. And these are a lot of things that a lot of people don't pay attention to. So y'all got to pay attention to this stuff. So long story short, you go in there, it's kind of like going car shopping. It's kind of like going grocery shopping, you know what I'm saying, hungry. You're going to make a bad decision. So I went in there and I was hungry. I was hungry, but I'm smarter than I was, you know what I'm saying, in prior experiences at dealerships. So yeah, I kicked the bullshit with these guys, you know, hey man, all right, yeah, sure. And they're really good guys, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we're all here for the same reason. It was two salesmen that I was working with, and they're good guys, super good guys. It's not them. I repeat, it is not those guys, you feel me? And so but ultimately what it was, it just came down to the simple factor that if I'm not comfortable with the deal, I'm not gonna take it. So, you know, they had, like, it's crazy though. It's like the car game is so vicious to where it's so like savage to where I had already did my research when, you know, this dealership called me. So they were just like, they called me and they came in and said, hey man, I got something nice for you. But little did they know, I already test drove what they was finna show me because it was in the vicinity. So I do my research. So I get on the internet and I boom, okay, I got one over here. Just so happens that it was one. I ain't gonna say what color it was. But just so happens that one in particular, I had already test drove. And that day, I kicked the shit with these guys because it was like a third-party connection that they had with that same car that I couldn't get a good deal on. And they were going to try to get me an amazing deal on it. So, which they were. But it ultimately, I walked away from that car for a few reasons. It wasn't my color. I felt like it was too much. I didn't feel like it was too much. If I'm gonna be spending that amount, I gotta be cool with the car, right? So then on top of that, I seen where that car was sitting. The car was sitting on the main street, and you know, for everybody to see. They got it in public. It's a nice, fast race car. They got it in public, right? So I noticed those things, and I'm like, all right, that's a bet. So I'm telling the salesman, you know what I'm saying, when I made my final decision that I did not want the car, I was like, they thought, you know, they had me test drive it again. And then they were just like acting like I had never test drove it. I'm like, yeah, this is nice. You know, I'm banging the engine, yeah. But it comes more to that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that car that you buy becomes your DNA. You know what I'm saying? It becomes a part of your DNA. It's like buying a house. It's like getting married, high key. You know what I mean? It's a mutual agreement between you and an item, between you and your wife, you know what I'm saying? Between you and your crib, you know? So it's like, I didn't get the car, and, you know, they were disappointed, but I'm past that. It's like, hey, any salesman that gets frustrated or disappointed within my decision making when it comes to me walking in wanting what I want, I can't help you on that, man. Y'all still good people, but let's be real here. And I'm real with myself now. Let's be real here. When am I ever gonna call your phone after we cut this deal? When are we going out to brunch? You gonna get me something to eat? If my light bill is due, is you gonna come help me pay it? You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, when we both interact, like, I gotta walk into this company. I didn't tell you to apply here, and you didn't tell me to walk into this building. So we have something mutual, you know? You're just so happen the employee that works there at the time that I'm looking for a vehicle. See what I'm saying? So it's like, I had to instill that in my heart. Like, it's nothing personal. So we can have good conversation, you know, we could drink coffee, we could drink beverages and, you know, refreshments, things like that. But at the end of the day, if my heart tells me this is not it, I'm not signing that paper, man. You know, this is serious, bro. This is life. You know, your credit, man, is everything. If you let that happen to yourself, you know what I'm saying, it's on you. It's going to be a learning lesson, because that's a strong agreement. So long story short, I didn't get the car, and when I didn't get the car, I just drove past. That was about 4 or 5 days ago that I made that decision, smart decision. It wasn't my color. It had too many miles on it, and it was a nice car. It went fast, but I had no idea who was banging that thing around my city, you know what I'm saying, for however long, you know what I mean? Like, they banged it around for 40,000 miles, you know, and I literally had no idea who had that car. So if I buy that car off that lot, the person that sold that car to that dealership could have lived right around the corner. They could have had bad blood with somebody. So you just, yeah, y'all, so y'all really just gotta be careful on when you sign that dotted line and make a purchase. You know, to a salesman, that's an amazing deal. He was gonna work hard for me. So I have 100% respect for those guys. But we just gotta be real with ourselves, man. It's like, man, when we gonna go out for brunch, man? When you gonna come spend the night at the crib, bro? When you gonna come meet the family? You know what I'm saying? When we gonna be bros, bro? We going to the football games and things like that? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, ultimately, at this point, you know, I just have to let y'all know that. I just drove past that, you know, I just drove past that dealership. And that same car that he was trying to get me to buy, sitting right there on the front line. And nobody else is buying it. I'm not finna be the guinea pig. Hey, y'all be wise out here with y'all credit and y'all car shopping, man. Keep your eyes open. Don't take a deal that you don't have to take, because I ain't taking that deal. That's that. Peace, y'all.